Right, we're running, rolling. Action!
Right. Podcast. Saturday, the 22nd of June. I've got Pico on the left and San Jorge on the right.
Nice pronunciation.
And we're just going up through the channel of the two. We've got about another 2 hours when we can turn left, and then we've got 9 miles to Horta. So we've got about 4 hours to run. We've been motoring for a while now.
The wind's come up though. We might get a little bit of sailing just on the last bit.
Just a lot as we turn the corner. In fact, I think I can see a yacht ahead, but I can't see it, I'm not sure. Anyway, last night, just a steady drum through up from what's that island down south? San Miguel.
San Miguel.
Up to these we got here this morning. Pretty uneventful. I mean, last night food we had, what did we have? Steak and kidney.
A million.
With everything thrown in, a load of potatoes, and then this morning we had some cabbage and potatoes that were left over, mixed up, bubble and squeak, 2 eggs, toast, and fresh tomatoes, sort of like fried, yeah.
Delicious.
Greasy and beautiful.
Just what we need.
Alright. Now we have got some steak and kidney left, which I reckon I might get going in about an hour. And we'll have it with rice before we turn the corner up here.
That'd be nice.
So that our bellies will be full. We've heard there's some boats in Horta, and we've also heard that the Lions beat Australia!
Yay!
23-21. So good on your Poms.
Get in there. We've had a little tidy up of the boat.
Yeah, we've had a tidy up. The spray hood's gone for effect.
Yeah,
it's been put down below. But I tell you what, the spray hood is absolutely necessary for when you're sailing.
Oh,
okay.
When it's freezing cold, it's 3:30 in the morning, and the waves are constantly coming over into the cockpit, and you're just huddled in the corner under that spray hood for fear of falling. Then it keeps the rain and the wind off you. Then you can't beat it. So for a bit of show ponying today, we'll just have it off.
We don't know what kind of who's going to greet us, or we've heard that Steve on Sentosa's he arrived yesterday. We've just heard.
Or Pete or Mike or Dave, whatever his name is.
We've heard he's there, and he now knows that we're going to be arriving around about 4 o'clock local time this afternoon.
He knows through divination. It would have been nice for him to know through our spot position.
But our spot position, unfortunately, since Thursday night, has not worked until this morning. And when we get to Horta, one way or another, we're going to find out what's gone wrong with it, because that could have been serious. And so we're not very happy. This morning we put it on and we left it on, and it's gone off a few times.
But some failure in the service there. And although it's not our primary means of getting emergency assistance, we've got a personal locator beacon for that. It is a secondary means, but more importantly, it's the way that people back home can see where we are and how we're doing, and if we're making progress.
And when the spot stops sending any signals, they all get very, very worried.
So shame on you, Spot, for your poor quality of service.
Exactly. So we'll find out what the score is on that.
Yes. And we may apologise if they give us a free lifetime subscription afterwards.
Yeah, or 10 free spots.
10 free spots
that we can sell to other people. On my left is the volcano on Pico. And when we first came into this channel about 4 hours ago, there was no cloud. Well, there was cloud over it, but the mountain came out of the top of the cloud like a giant nipple, and it was just amazing how it's almost like it's in a peak and it hasn't exploded yet. I'm not sure if that's the case.
What, the nipple?
Well, yeah.
On the volcano.
It don't look like it's exploded.
I would imagine it has.
It does a big cold air.
I think the whole of this island is as a consequence of it exploding, to be quite honest.
But it's massive. 7,000 feet?
7,000 plus, yes.
7,000 plus. So it's fantastic. Anyway, everything's ever so green here. It's just lovely. I can see a yacht ahead. I don't know whether he's coming in or going out or whatever. The other, we've had a little bit of bad news, although we don't know what the score is yet. We've heard that Glenn, who was coming to do the return trip to England with me, unfortunately has had a heart attack in America. We're told it's not serious.
Because heart attack, you know, not serious.
Yeah, but you can have real bad ones and die. But apparently he's been chatting with Jackie at home. But it looks as if I'm gonna need to be finding some crew to do the return passage. Now, that obviously worrying about Glenn is one thing, but worrying about how I'm gonna get the boat back to the UK is another, because I won't do it on my own.
I'd love to do it, but unfortunately I can't get any more time off work.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'd be first in the queue.
So we're gonna,
even though I know how leaky the boat is, I'd still volunteer to do it. Because we've had a nice laugh, haven't we?
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to put the word out as soon as we get here and just see what we can do. I think that should next come in. The wind's just headed us now a little bit.
Can we do a little tickety-tackety?
Nah, let's keep going. Alright, let's keep going. What else? I've had all the floorboards up today. I noticed some of the limber holes that got blocked up, so I've redone that. We've aired out the bilges. We'll do more of that when we get there. So we had to throw away a couple of bread mixes, nice bread mixes.
Yeah, because the bread has been a real success story.
Oh, it's fantastic. And a ginger cake mix. Oh, and a toffee cake mix. We've had to throw it away. I just want to remind you guys again of the award-winning loaf.
Award-winning bread, look at that. Look at that. It's too good to eat, that one.
And if you cut it that way, it makes nice toast.
You should varnish that and mount it on a plinth.
So, Paul, what's his name?
I don't know, it's your mate. That's Scouser.
The Scouser Paul, the bread baker, eat your heart out.
Or whatever.
Yeah. But the great news was that the Lions beat the Aussies.
That was
and we were hoping, David didn't know this, but I was hoping that we would get here to see that game.
Yeah.
But unfortunately we're going to be about 12 hours late.
What Mick doesn't know is that I know that we'll be here in time to watch the cricket.
Oh no. I've always liked watching paint dry. I think it's the most exciting thing, apart from fishing, you know.
So yes, we shall be watching the cricket whilst having... We may have...
I don't mind if it's 2020.
We may have a little beverage tonight. What do you think, Mick?
I'm pretty sure we'll have a beverage.
You think so?
Yeah.
We might have one.
We had one last night, as it happened.
Actually, you had 3.
Yeah.
Well, and then
4 including the brandy.
You down with the brandy.
So I did sleep really well.
And I was the one who had to go straight on shift, and you're like, go on, have another one, have a little top up.
Yeah. But we were in the middle of this 100-mile piece of ocean.
Nowhere, lad.
No island. Nothing in sight.
Nowhere.
So it takes us 24 hours to go from one island to the other island. And, I mean, we could have both gone to sleep, because there were no ships.
But we wouldn't have done that.
One ship.
There wasn't. I'd like to make a complaint. I was on a reciprocal heading to the merchant vessel Chem Daisy. Now, at 15 miles, I made a clear and bold maneuver in order to promulgate an avoiding situation.
All these top words can be found in the dictionary.
We were head to head, both motoring, and I made a 30-degree turn to the right, as one should, and he did nothing. Nothing.
Because we'd have made 30-degree turn, so he stood on.
Yeah, but he should have made a turn as well. You were complaining that we were like this, boom. My 30-degree turn took us straight into the wave.
What we should
and I
have
was
done.
waiting for him to turn so that I could just edge off the waves a bit. Instead, we had to sit there bouncing, boom, 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 boom. Next time I'm going to call him up, and request channel 13, tell him to get out of the way.
3 days previous, we asked the ship, who spoke very good English, if they could see us on the radar.
Yes.
And 8 miles, they said they didn't see us.
Correct.
But four miles, he said he saw us on the radar. And I think that was because Dave was holding the GoPro up in the air.
I was waving all of the tin cans around.
Yeah.
Making
anyway,
a chaff.
He saw us, and you know, but we've only seen half a dozen ships on the whole trip.
We haven't seen any whales.
No, we haven't seen whales. That's a bit of a disappointment at the moment.
Whale City, Arizona, but something sitting on the water over there. And look, there's a bird up there, a big white bird.
That's Swiss Air.
That's not Swiss Air, it's TAP.
TAP?
Yes.
I wonder if Ben's on it.
It's an Airbus.
That's a real aeroplane just come in.
A380. They probably saw it way behind us back there as it flew past.
Yeah.
So it's either an A319 or an 18, I can never work out.
A380.
Just the length. But the girth is the same.
Yeah. Anyway. We had a load of these in the bilge.
Yeah.
They got a bit wet and they've gone porous and they've emptied themselves. So, little lesson, don't put tins in the bilge.
Plastic bottles from now on. And you had to prick all the, what's the name of those little holes that you prick?
The limber holes.
Limber holes.
They're very small. When I first bought the boat,
yeah,
whoever had done all the bilges and everything before had just completely
painted over
everything.
So,
and I had to drill all the limber holes out.
The hull of the boat has what I think they're correctly named as frames, aren't they?
Frames.
Frames. Yeah. And also floors are those bits that go there.
The steel bits go on the frames. There's a steel bit and it's called a floor. The steel bit is called a floor.
Yeah. But the frames themselves, they kind of divide the bilge longitudinally. And so you need holes in the frames to allow the water to flow from the front to the back. Otherwise it'll just collecting puddles in each little section of the frame.
Yeah.
And these holes I now know are called limber holes.
Limber holes, yeah.
Before I knew them as holes.
Yeah.
Now I know what they're really called.
So limber holes. Anyway, so they, you know, with all the junk that's in the boat and you know, I don't know, the boat was in the yard for 4 months before we left, so all the dust and rubbish and, you know, it all ends up one way or another in the bilge. And the washing down the boat got, anything that was on deck ended up in the bilge in the first 4 or 5 days.
Screwdriver, Vaseline.
Yeah, so all sorts of stuff. Anyway, all sorted now, but we'll have a proper little dry out when we get to Horta. But I think the boat has been absolutely fabulous.
This boat is a lot better than we are. Well, maybe not Mick, but it's a lot better than me.
No, it's just
a lot better than me.
We never had a single worry about the boat, the integrity of the boat or anything. We had a little, you know, the sails
and the rip sails.
Yeah, the
so
sails.
Apart from the leaking hull, the rip sails, the dodgy wind vane steering, we never had a problem with the boat.
Yeah.
No, she's lovely. She's really nice. If I could fit her into my lifestyle, I would have this boat right now.
Yeah. Anyway, now we're flying the Ocean Cruising Club Burgee.
Up that side.
The Virtue Owners Burgee.
Up that side.
The Old Gaffers Burgee. Although this isn't a gaffer, we are entitled to be in the Old Gaffers, and we have been for a number of years, although we never do anything.
The original, what was it called? Androids or something? That was a gaffer, wasn't it? The original Virtue boat. Or the boat that the Virtue came from. I was reading in your book.
It was, yeah. What was it called?
Android, the French word.
Yeah. I did know somebody on the East Coast who had a new Virtue built.
As a gaffer.
And it was a gaffer.
That's the sale. What was it called? I can't remember. Patience.
He died, unfortunately.
Did he?
He died in his bunk. They found him in his bunk. He paid his basement. It was a right character he was. Yeah.
And there's another virtue which is in Humphrey Barton's book. He talked about the crossing the ocean, virtue 35.
Yeah.
He talked about all the things you might change to make the boat even more ocean worthy.
Yeah.
And someone built the virtue with all of those changes incorporated. It looks like a dog's dinner, to be honest. Yeah, that's for sale as well. I think I saw that on either wooden boats or on.
Yeah, I think there's a few for sale. There's a few for sale, but they are, you know, I mean, they're a boat that
you can go around the world on this boat.
You wouldn't have any worries about whatever kind of weather you're going to meet.
The only thing you have to worry about is time. You might actually die of old age before you get there. Yeah. But otherwise, it's brilliant.
There's a yacht coming down.
Are we going to stand on vessel? We're on starboard tack.
They've come out of Horta.
They're on port tack. We're on starboard tack.
Yeah.
Well, we're motoring actually, but we haven't got a code up, so no one knows.
Yeah, we're there.
What we'll do is we'll just idle the engine when they get close, so they can't hear anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure if the Royal Yachting Association are reading this, they're going to revoke my license. Oh, what a shame.
I've got 2 original certificates from when I did my courses in the late 70s, early 80s or something. Yeah. So, but I've forgotten that. I've forgotten everything.
Doesn't matter.
Look at that. There's a car going along there.
Look at that. Now, do you think we should give the folks at home a little view of the island?
So. Have a little look at the island.
It might be a bit wobbly while I unclip you. You know, I've not got an ounce of strength left in my fingers.
I feel like that.
You feel that? Look at the view.